Guys, Disney has made a huge, grave error. What is that error? They hired a white woman to direct Mulan and not an Asian person. That is right. That is the terrible, horrible thing that Disney has done with the Mulan movie. But now we have the director of Mulan, Nikki Caro, coming out to defend herself against these types of criticisms that the SJWs are now offering up over the fact that she, a white woman, was hired to direct Mulan. I know, it is so terrible. I thought that white women were on the intersectional scale, but it seems like they are sliding off it just as much as black men are. So, Mulan 2020 director defends Disney not hiring an Asian filmmaker. Now, let me just point this out. Wouldn't it be nice if we got back to a point where, you know, we didn't judge people based on the color of their skin, but on the content of their character? Wouldn't that be a nice thing? But apparently that isn't what these people care about. SJWs don't actually care about the content of character. The only thing that they care about is the color of your skin, what you have between your legs, who you sleep with. That is the most important thing to SJWs. They're literally going against the very thing that Martin Luther King Jr. made the speech about so long ago. Director Nikki Caro defends Disney's decision to hire her instead of an Asian filmmaker to oversee the studio's live-action reimagining of Mulan. Director Nikki Caro has defended Disney's decision to hire her instead of an Asian filmmaker to oversee their live-action Mulan reimagining. Although the movie is based specifically on the studio's 1998 animated version of the Mulan story, the original poem, The Ballad of Mulan, has been a major part of Chinese folklore since it was written in the 5th or 6th century. For that reason, the hope going in was Disney would turn to either an Asian or an Asian American storyteller to bring the story to life on the big screen. Because apparently no one else can? Is that what you're trying to say here? It automatically just has to be someone who happens to look like the people who this movie is based on. Is that what you're saying here? So, of course, there's obviously a double standard here where, let's say that there was a, I don't know, the double standard is insane because they're absolutely doing the exact same thing on the opposite side, where they're taking stories from Northern European settings, including one that is going to be coming out soon, which is about the Green Knight, and they're saying, oh, well, we can put, you know, people of color in these different roles and stuff for these Northern European historical settings, and that's totally fine. You know, what's bad about that? But then on the other hand, even though those people weren't historically accurate for that movie, on the other hand, they are totally against hiring someone that doesn't fit it on the other side of the scale right here, which is just absolutely insane. These people are ridiculous, and they don't even realize just how absurd their own double standards are. So judging by the trailers, Caro has done a nice job of refashioning Disney's animated Mulan. Surprising, given that she isn't Asian. That is so surprising. So, while still paying homage to the 1998 movie, that said, it's hard to not see Mulan as a missed opportunity. A missed opportunity! Where Disney could, and some would fairly argue should, have brought in a person of color to oversee one of their tentpoles. Now, Caro has offered her 2 cents on the issue. So let's go ahead and hear what Nikki has to say. So although it's a critically important Chinese story, and it's set in Chinese culture and history, there is another culture at play here, which is the culture of Disney, and that the director, whoever they were, needed to be able to handle both. And here I am. They needed to find someone who had the ability and the requirements to be able to do what was necessary to make a good movie. And that is why they hired me. So her quote here was good, and the fact that Disney actually decided to find someone that was right for the job, not just, you know, an Asian person, is great. That is good. Disney actually did something that was a good thing. But the SJWs are, of course, super mad about this. Now, let me just remind everyone that if you're doing something that the SJWs are mad about, then you're probably doing something right. So Disney actually did something right for once. Wow, what a shock. What a shock. In this day and age where Disney continues to stumble over itself and make boo-boos after boo-boos, they actually did something that was good. They hired someone based on the fact that they were able to deliver the story needed, the story necessary. They hired someone based on that alone. They hired someone based on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. They hired someone based on their skill, their merit. Fantastic. Good. Now, of course, there's a lot of things about this movie that I don't really agree with and I'm not very happy about. There's things that some of the people that are involved with this movie have done and said that I don't agree with as well. But despite all of that, I appreciate the fact that Disney actually did this. This is fantastic. To be frank, Caro's answer is disappointing. It skirts around addressing important issues of representation by implying there weren't any Asian or Asian American filmmakers interested in helming Mulan who are capable of handling the culture of Disney. That isn't what she's saying, okay? She just happened to be the right person for the right job, okay? For literally every job imaginable, there's always someone else that you could hire for that job who could probably be just as good as the person that was hired. But guess what? You can't just hire every single person that wants the same job. And the fact that Disney, I mean, if Disney actually got a bunch of people that were involved that wanted that to work on this film, that wanted to be director of this film, and Disney decided to hire her over someone that was Asian American, or just Asian, who cares? Okay, it doesn't matter, because we should be living in a day and age where we don't judge people based on the color of their skin, but on the content of their character. So, keeping that in mind, it does seem like Caro has done strong work on Mulan. Exactly! That is why she is hired, you idiots! That was why she was hired. These people are so stupid, man. They're so stupid. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this. What do you think about Mulan? Are you going to be seeing Mulan when it comes out? And also go check out my personal channel as well, Josiah Rises. I'd greatly appreciate that. And I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.